Hello, welcome Gemini to your March messages. Keep in mind these are collective and general, so receive what aligns. Release what does not align with you. Never take a message that's not for you. Look at this as a template, okay? It's very collective. Remember that, you are a conscious creator and you can shift and change your timeline with your free will choice, as can others with their timeline. So never give your power away to a reading or to an outcome. So let's get into this. I've got itchy nose already. Interesting. All right, so Gemini, you have some changes happening within your structure. Okay, we started with Saturn energy. Okay, and then we have Sagittarius expand. So you've set your sights high. Okay, we have the beloved energy as well as the future energy. So overall, what I'm sensing here, Gemini, and I'm getting a strong masculine energy, though this could be feminine. We have both within us, right? You're being really hard on yourself. If you're in a relationship, a marriage, a commitment of some sort, even if you're just very career driven right now, you are really pushing yourself, okay, to expand, to do more, to be more, to give more, to have more. And you're creating this for the future. Now, what's driving you is kind of a bit of a concern because we do have the Knight of Swords in reverse. Now, the Knight of Swords upright, you see there's the eagle energy, okay, which represents, this freedom energy and this courage. In reverse, this is a spontaneous and quick communication, but in reverse, this cannot be nice. This can be very critical. And I feel like this is a voice within you, and it might come from, in coaching, we call it the gremlins, okay? It might come from a gremlin voice or some criticism, somebody who criticized you, maybe when you were a child, and that stuck with you, right? But right now, you're being called to release that critical voice and to embrace fulfillment, to embrace love, to embrace self-care, to allow yourself to receive with that Ace of Cups. Okay, you're meant to be doing work that is fulfilling. You're meant to be putting your time and energy into things that are fulfilling right now, okay? I'm hearing for many of you, it's your relationship, it's your family, it's your children, it's, your maybe certain books that you want to read that you have put off, right? But clarifying this Knight of Swords in reverse with the star energy is that this is something destined for you to release, this critical inner voice, right? Or for you to stand up to somebody who perhaps is critical of you and set some healthy boundaries, right? Some of you could be looking at different career options if you're dealing with somebody who's, it's a very toxic environment or a very toxic boss. Although with the Knight of Swords, that's not really a boss energy. But what I'm sensing here with this Eight of Coins and Ace of Cups, it's so important now that you do what is fulfilling, that you look at what you have, because this voice, this critical voice is coming from ego, fear, and also scarcity. And as we know, when we focus on scarcity, guess what? That's what we attract, scarcity. And when you're being driven by scarcity, you drain yourself. You do not, yes, there are times we have to push through, right? There's times where we really have to embrace that resilience. But that's not meant to be long-term. And for you, Gemini, it has been long-term. So it's so important that you rest, recharge, and put your energy into that which puts energy back into you. That is fulfilling for you, okay? We have the strong energy of water coming through. So cleansing and clearing energies that are not yours. You can do that when you shower. You can do that when you take a bath. You can do that out in the rain, right? But utilize the energy of water to assist you with cleansing and clearing. Also, make sure you're drinking plenty of water. Make sure that you are taking care of your physical vessel right now, because I'm seeing you very stressed and strained, especially in the beginning of March. Then we have the High Priestess energy and the Five of Wands. Your intuition is wanting to get through to you, okay? But if you're always go, 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 or you're always distracted, your intuition has a hard time connecting in with you. So there's some sort of change you intuitively know you need to make. That it's important for you to make, that it would be very beneficial because your energy is locked up. Again, there's kind of this very kind of forceful energy that you have been in, this kind of forceful structure. But that's something that's going to be shifting and changing because we have the Chariot and the Ace of Wands. Your intuition is letting you know, giving you some sort of solution here to help you move forward out of this stuck kind of really toxic masculine pattern of pushing yourself, of giving everything that you have, rather than having this sense of knowing that you're a human being, that you have limits, and that you can, it's important for you to also like enjoy your life as well, that it's not always work, 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 right? With this Ace of Wands energy in the Chariot too, you're moving away from that cycle, or you're moving away from some sort of conflict or creating some sort of change here. Now, if you feel like you can't access your intuition, go out in nature. Just go out in nature. Just allow yourself to breathe. Allow your thoughts to unwind. Allow yourself to kind of just observe your thoughts. Pay attention to what you hear, what you smell, what you see. Utilize all of your senses to pull you into the moment. And when you relax is when you start to receive more from your intuition, or you will connect in with the universe, and the universe will communicate with you through nature. That's one of the easiest ways. Okay, especially if you're in a situation where there's a lot of conflict. See, that light's wanting to come through, that solution, those answers are wanting to come through here. So you need to kind of remove yourself from all that chaos and from that conflict in order to hear your intuition. And once you do, you know the direction you want to take. You have the Chariot and the Ace of Wands. You have a passionate new beginning here. Now, some of you, again, this could be some sort of shift or opportunity that comes forward. But it feels like you're getting out of this very locked up energy and very controlled space into more freedom. And you're taking the reins here because this is the Emperor energy, okay? So you shift. Your inner voice, you know, goes from being very critical and not helpful to your intuitive voice coming through, your soul self, and then your leadership, your Emperor voice. You balancing out your light and your shadow. You being aware of your thought patterns. Moving forward out of the past, and again with such passion. There's also obstacles that are clearing here. There's a new passionate beginning, okay? So then we have the Two of Swords, the Four of Pentacles, and the Page of Pentacles energy here. So remember that, I mean, this is more so masculine energy than anything else. But remember that your children are watching you. Okay, they're learning from you. They're absorbing like sponges from you. Okay, if you're coming from a place of scarcity, if you're planting seeds of scarcity, you know, they're paying attention to that there. But also remember your health and your wellness is important. Yes, for you, you know, your work ethic is important, but also to teach healthy patterns, and that it's important for self-care and self-love and setting boundaries and limits, right? That's something else that's important because, you know, I know you want to work really hard here for your family or for what you're creating. But also remember that you want to have energy at the end of the day to enjoy with your family, to enjoy with your friends, to enjoy with your pets. So you don't want to completely, you know, it's almost like you've been on this, it's a toxic masculine pattern, right? But it's just been, it's been pushing you and it's been draining you. And it does feel like it's like from like a lineage perhaps, right? But you can break that cycle. And I feel like you will break that cycle. And then, you know, you can kind of, with the Two of Swords, which is about, again, going within, you can read between the lines here. And with the Four of Coin, that's about like being a bit more reserved with your energy, the Page of Coin. Some of you, if you don't have children, you're just kind of taking a reset of how much you want to actually give out. And you're like, wait a second, I don't have to give out my 10 of coin to every single person or every situation. I can give one pentacle at a time. I can give limited, and that's it. You've required boundaries with yourself so that you could set them with others. Containers, like, you know, you're like, okay, yeah, I can go out with this friend who I know is going through a hard time, but I'm going to limit it to like a couple of hours, and then I'm going to get home so that I can spend time with my family, or, you know, read the book that I want to read. Like, you have taken yourself out of the equation for so long. It's time to remember to put yourself back in and set those boundaries here, and know that like when you set those boundaries and limits, and again, for those of you that have children, they're going to see that too and learn from that, and they're going to learn healthier patterns, because many of you are breaking this cycle not just for yourself. And with the star card, like, this is completely in alignment with something for you to shift and change in your experience, so that your children moving forward don't have that inner critic. They have their soul self they're connecting with. They have that self-love, and they learn about boundaries, and they learn about the value of their time and energy, and that they don't have to give everything, right? The people pleasing. They don't have to people please, right? So that's really something that's important here for you, Gemini. When we get into the golden future energy, we have the super love portal. Accept yourself as a cosmic being. And what I'm getting here is, like, especially like in the heart center, you opening up to receive more love, more self-care, more support, more connection with the universe, with nature, with the animals. I'm seeing there's a lightning bug on the window there. Okay, with even bugs, right, that inspire you. But you're connecting in with that oneness. And again, there's the bald eagle energy here. So shift out of fear. Come from a place of love. Come from a place of fulfillment. Fill up your cup. Don't pour from an empty cup, right? Because eventually you just become resentful of people and you get frustrated. But set those healthy boundaries for yourself and allow yourself to open up and receive. Okay, receive love and focus on things that bring you fulfillment. Some of you just need to chill. We have our beautiful planet Restore the Natural World. You just need to chill. Just need to be. You just need to exist or do something that brings you joy. It's the simple things. It's not complex. Some of you, it's taking a nap in the sunshine. Some of you, it's sitting there, and if you have a family, watching your kids play in the backyard or blowing bubbles with them, or, it's something that just allows your inner child to express itself, right? Just your joy to be able to express itself. Because I think when you do that, you're also going to be recharging and receiving energy, love, and support and inspiration, right? It's almost like you've been on this autopilot. Okay. But there's a lot of joy that wants to come into your experience, and you're kind of being prepared to open up and receive more love. And it's interesting because there's all these bubbles. There's bubbles here, and there's bubbles. She's blowing bubbles there. So, like, bubbles could be significant for you. Some of you, maybe it's protecting your energy. Okay, it's important to shield your energy, like in a golden bubble. Okay, so that you transmute energies. You don't take on other people's energies. Some of you, it's learning more spiritual tools. Some of you, it's simply going out barefoot and grounding. Okay, grounding your energy, spending time by a stream. But you need to chill out here, Gemini. Okay, you kind of have a similar energy to Virgo. Okay, Virgo had that energy of needing to, focus on self-care and chilling out. And remember that that resting can be productive. Okay, that resting is very productive because it allows us to recharge. It allows us to relax. It allows, our body to go into rest and digest. If you've been running on like adrenaline, or caffeine, it allows you to clear your energy. It allows you to clear your thoughts. So embrace those times, create that space for yourself to rest, recharge, relax, just be, exist, right? Not always have to be a human being doing, but just being. Okay? So that is what I have for you, Gemini. Receive what aligns, release what doesn't. Take it easy on yourself, okay? And yeah, be aware of those inner critic voices, those gremlin voices, and realize that you can change them. You have the power to change them. You have the power to shift and change your inner dialogue. And it's an incredible experience when you do, because then, you become your own like champion. You become that, like that coaching, that championing voice, that cheerleading voice. And you really inspire yourself, and then you inspire others, and you operate in a different way, right? And then the energy in which you're motivated from is different. It's something that's more sustainable, lasting, fulfilling, rather than something that is draining and striving and exhausting. So that's what I have for you, Gemini. Thank you so much. Take the best care of yourself, and I will see you soon.